I just got done finishing these plates on the inside here to tie all the rest of it together here. It's kind of getting there. I think these guys kind of look like giraffes. Those are my giraffes that I made. Are you proud of me? Making giraffes here. Oh, mercy.
All it takes is one job, oh yeah. All it takes is one job, and everything is gonna be okay.
Put the bumper on for fun because it's been kicking around on the ground and I hate to see that. And that son of a gun is heavy. It was off like a Viking 2-ton, or I think they called it the 600. These ugly wheels and the fact that the camber's kicked out real far is absolutely killing me, because it's not going to stick out that far. You know, it'll be probably 1.5 inches or so in, actually, quite a ways in, just correcting the caster, and then it needs different wheels. You know, this needs to be a pretty flush wheel here, you know, all negative offset. Not actually what I'm working on today. We have set this up. The Duramax comes with another possible alternator. We had to get the brackets from GM. I got the bolts from GM and the idler and the belt. They use these on mostly things like ambulances, is why they made this extra mount. But this is going to be a dedicated alternator just for the accessory battery. So we'll have a battery just for accessories that this alternator maintains, or multiple batteries that handle the accessories, and solar system and all the other things that we're going to have on it. Solar system as in solar panels that will run the AC and stuff while it's not being ran, for like when you're hanging out at the drags or whatever, car shows, camping, whatever he'll be doing in this. So I'm supposed to be working on the fact, you know, we kind of got this side taken care of now. This side, the roof is bowing in, and it wasn't until I did this side. And you know, the two roofs are wanting to do this and wanting to do this, where they came in from the two different trucks that we made it together. You know, it can stretch out, but what I want to do is put in brace work that will run on the inside to this side, so while we're messing with this side, it's not going to move that side. So I ordered some 1x-box tubing to brace the inside and work on that, but it won't be in here until tomorrow. So one thing that the customer's wife's wanted to do was have a nice plate up here that would tell all the different things that are going on with this vehicle. That, you know, there was like 23 of these trucks made in '58, and this is number 24, you know, because we did do a replica. We also need to hold this, have something that holds the radiator here. So I want this piece to do that. I want it to, you know, be this piece. I want it to bolt in like it does. We don't have these bolt holes anymore, so those need to go away. But this needs to be extended to hold this. And I'm thinking that I'm gonna have it come back like that, and then maybe bolt in here, or just have something that kind of holds here. But I'd like to have a cover that kind of comes in here and covers this area from here, kind of smooth into here, so it has that nice transition into here, covers up where we kind of made this new intake area and stuff. After I do this piece, I'd also like to make a somewhat of a top engine cover. Obviously the Duramax has a lot of ugly to cover up. It's about the ugliest motor I've ever dealt with in a vehicle. Being ugly doesn't make them a bad motor, so here we are. I took these two pieces of folder paper. Made one kind of in the shape that I want here. I copied it onto the other side, and then I actually bolted them down. And this one actually kind of goes around the fuse box here, bolts in here, and that's just to kind of locate these things. Good to start off by creating a mirror image. Then at least you know you're kind of in the same ballpark. I do want this to kind of roll down and kind of come around some of this stuff. So we will probably tape another piece on here. Bead roll here is Z-bend that I can actually put my piece of metal in, so it'll be a lap weld, and I can weld across here and smooth it in, or leave that seam to have kind of more of a factory look. Getting our pattern marked out. Unfortunately, it didn't fit sideways across the sheet of metal off the caddy corner, which really blows this piece of metal into the semi-worthless zone for other projects. There's a shitty piece of metal. Let's just start drawing out some of our bead rolls on here. Alright, so there's our little whodunit. And I got just a little bit of inconsistency to get that to drop in just right. Same over here, just a little bit there, a little bit there. I'm kind of liking how this rolls up onto that electrical box. And then I kind of just hammer wrapped this a little bit to kind of go into here. And I think that'll be okay being different side to side because of the way that is. I want to take this piece off, get these few little things done, and do spot weld holes in this piece to spot weld it here instead of our screws. I think I will be able to just weld this in and blend it since it's on that convex curve. Usually I don't lap like that, but I think this is just the right spot to do it because of the kind of the strength of that corner needing to be a pretty strong little guy. The bead rolls turned out pretty good. You can see how it comes into this piece and rolls into that one. It looks pretty nice. This piece is kind of, you know, it's now kind of warped because we put that bead roll in there and it really moved some metal and made it scrunch and bend in different ways that it wasn't really too stoked about. Our piece that we'll put in the back here, and I'm not sure if I'll just spot weld that piece in or if I'll weld it in solid to smooth it in. As long as that piece is square and straight, then that'll hold this from flapping around. Alright, I got the welding blanket wrapped all the way down underneath this. Got our spot weld holes prepped. A few spot welds here. Move on. When I started welding on this, I was kind of worried that, you know, this might warp a little more, and also I can be welding this piece as I'm welding on here. I don't know if I'm just going to spot weld it in there and call it good, or solid weld it. So it's a 3/4 by 3/4, which tends to work out pretty good in the streaker stretcher, and then it's stretched to radius the corner. Start radiusing the corner, but it'll be good for that support back here. Get this started to be ground. See how the weld looks, see if I need to touch it up. But ended up welding that in solid and spot welding this back piece on. I can put a little bit of seam sealer in there to kind of hide that seam. Get some nice sandable stuff so it'll work with the heat and the not crack that way. Better than filler. But I think that would be okay. Well, there she is. Pretty freaking cool. It'll be really awesome when I get the body work done on this and it hides this seam. I like how these come in. I probably should have put a little bead roll in just a little ways on this, but those are so low, and this one's even kind of dented up right here to where it even got a little lower. Might be able to just slice those and get rid of them. That's probably actually what I should do. And then got the, you know, the fold going over the back, which is looking good, and really encases all that stuff there. I still need to get the holes in here for the bolts, which now realizing I probably should have done that a little earlier, because it's going to be interesting to find those holes now, but I'm sure we'll figure it out. I want to thank you as always for liking and subscribing, and I appreciate you watching.
All it takes is one job, oh yeah. All it takes is one job, and everything is gonna be